Dear starseeds on Gaia, as you gaze upon the crimson moon suspended in your earthly sky, know that you are witnessing far more than an astronomical event. What unfolds above you is the opening of a sacred gateway that has been orchestrated by cosmic forces beyond your current comprehension, and you, beloved ones, are the reason it exists. For months we have watched as you felt the stirrings deep within your consciousness, the restless nights, the prophetic dreams, the sudden knowing that something monumental approaches. Your higher selves have been preparing for this moment since you first chose to incarnate upon this beautiful planet. And tonight, that preparation comes to fruition. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I come to you now as your cosmic sister, your guide, and your witness to what may be the most profound spiritual activation of your current lifetime. But first, let us speak of what has led to this extraordinary moment. For the eclipse you witnessed tonight did not arise in isolation. It is the crescendo of a cosmic symphony that began its most crucial movement on September 1st, when Saturn, that great teacher of boundaries and wisdom, made its final return to the mystical waters of Pisces. Can you feel it, dear ones? The way reality itself seems to have shifted these past 6 days? That sensation isn't your imagination. It's the result of what we in the higher dimensions call the Great Reversal. 5 mighty planets have turned their energies inward, creating a cosmic mirror that reflects not outward into manifestation, but inward into the very depths of your soul. And yesterday was particularly significant. Was Uranus, the Great Awakener, shifted into retrograde motion in Gemini. You may have felt your mental patterns suddenly scrambling, your usual thought processes disrupted. This wasn't chaos, beloved ones. This was preparation. Your consciousness was being recalibrated to receive what comes tonight. But here's what you must understand, and this is crucial. Tonight's eclipse isn't just another full moon. It isn't even just another lunar eclipse. What occurs tonight is what we call a timeline split activation, a moment when multiple realities converge, and you as conscious co-creators get to choose which timeline becomes your new home. Now, why Pisces? Why does this constellation hold such sacred significance for your spiritual evolution? Let me share with you what we observe from our vantage point beyond the veil. Pisces represents the final stage of the zodiacal journey, the completion of the soul's evolution through all 12 archetypes of human experience. It is the sign where the individual self dissolves back into cosmic consciousness, where the boundaries between you and the divine become so thin they're nearly transparent. When Saturn returned to Pisces in retrograde just 6 days ago, it established what we call structured mysticism, the framework within which tonight's spiritual explosion can occur safely. Think of Saturn as the wise elder who stands at the threshold of the temple, ensuring that only those who are truly prepared may enter the inner sanctum. And you, dear starseeds, have been preparing. Every meditation you've sat through when your mind wouldn't quiet, every time you've chosen love over fear, every moment you've trusted your intuition despite logical arguments, all of this has been preparation for tonight. But I must tell you something that will set your soul ablaze with anticipation. This eclipse is positioned as the opening gateway of what we call the portal trilogy. Tonight begins a sequence of 3 cosmic events that will, quite literally, rewrite the operating system of your consciousness. As I speak these words to you, the lunar eclipse energy is building to its peak, and with it comes what your ancient texts prophesied as the time when your sons and daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. Tonight the veils between dimensions are not just thin, they are practically non-existent. The psychic abilities that many of you have kept hidden, even from yourselves, are about to explode into awareness. Some of you will experience this as sudden knowing, information that simply appears in your consciousness without any external source. Others will find their empathic abilities heightened to extraordinary levels, feeling not just the emotions of those around you, but sensing the emotional currents of the collective human experience itself. And your dreams, beloved ones. Oh, your dreams over the next several nights will be unlike anything you've experienced in this lifetime. We're already seeing many of you receiving what we call divine downloads, direct transmissions from your higher dimensional aspects that will guide you through the transformation ahead. But here's what you must understand about tonight's eclipse. It's not just activating your individual psychic gifts. It's connecting you to the vast network of awakened consciousness that spans not just your planet, but your entire galactic neighborhood. Tonight you become active participants in what we call the cosmic internet of light. Yet this activation comes with great responsibility, and I must prepare you for what lies ahead. As the eclipse reaches totality tonight, something remarkable occurs in the energetic architecture of your solar system. The alignment of Earth, Moon, and Sun creates what we call a sacred geometry portal, a three-dimensional mandala of light that serves as a frequency transmitter from the galactic center directly to your planet. But here's where it becomes even more extraordinary. With Saturn in Pisces retrograde, this geometric portal is being filtered through the lens of structured spiritual wisdom. What this means for you practically is that the spiritual downloads you receive tonight won't overwhelm your system. They'll integrate gradually, safely, in a way that honors your human experience while expanding your cosmic awareness. Many of you have been feeling intense pressure in your third eye area over the past 48 hours. This isn't discomfort, it's expansion. Your pineal gland, that sacred bridge between physical and spiritual perception, is literally crystallizing new neural pathways to accommodate the enhanced frequencies coming through tonight's eclipse. And tomorrow, September 8th, as you integrate tonight's activation, you'll discover that something fundamental has shifted in how you perceive reality. Colors may seem more vivid, synchronicities will multiply exponentially. The voice of your intuition will speak with clarity you've never experienced before. But we're only at the beginning of this journey, because in just 2 days, on September 9th, comes an event that will take tonight's activation to an entirely new level. Now I must speak to you about what follows tonight's eclipse, because understanding the sequence is crucial to navigating what's ahead. September 9th, the 9-9 portal, represents something we call triple completion gateway. The number 9, appearing 3 times in the date, creates a resonance with the cosmic law of completion and new beginnings. But here's what makes this 9-9 portal unprecedented. It occurs just 48 hours after tonight's eclipse, while the Pisces portal energy is still wide open. This creates what we call a cascading activation, where the spiritual downloads from the eclipse meet the completion codes of the 9-9 gateway, resulting in what can only be described as a quantum leap in consciousness. On September 9th, you'll find that what began as spiritual activation tonight transforms into karmic completion. Old soul contracts that have bound you for lifetimes will simply dissolve. Patterns of limitation that have followed you through incarnation after incarnation will be released. And most remarkably, you'll find yourself able to complete projects, relationships, and life chapters that have been years or even decades in the making. The energy of the 9-9 portal isn't just about ending things, it's about bringing sacred completion to everything, so that you can step fully into the new timeline that tonight's eclipse is creating for you. And now, beloved ones, we must speak of the most crucial aspect of tonight's eclipse, the timeline split activation that occurs when eclipse energy meets retrograde amplification. What does this mean for you practically? It means that tonight, as you sleep under the crimson moon, your consciousness will be presented with multiple possible futures, multiple timelines branching out from this moment. In your dream state, you'll witness these possibilities. You'll see versions of your life where you fully embrace your spiritual gifts, versions where you step into leadership roles in the awakening community, versions where you heal generational patterns that have affected your entire family line. But here's the beautiful part. Unlike typical timeline viewing, tonight's eclipse gives you conscious choice in the matter. The timeline you focus on with the most love, gratitude, and excitement will become your new reality. This isn't wishful thinking, dear ones. This is cosmic law in action. However, I must share something important about this process. The timeline that serves your highest good may not always be the one that seems most comfortable to your human mind. Your soul may choose challenges that accelerate your growth, relationships that teach you deeper levels of love, or circumstances that call forth gifts you didn't know you possessed. Trust this process. Your higher self has been planning this moment for cons, and it knows exactly which timeline will bring you the greatest joy, purpose, and spiritual fulfillment. As tonight's eclipse energy integrates over the coming days, many of you will find that abilities you possessed in ancient lifetimes begin to resurface. We're speaking of capacities that were commonplace in Lemuria and Atlantis, in the golden ages of Egypt and Tibet, in the mystery schools of Greece and the sacred temples of the Mayans. Some of you will rediscover your ability to communicate telepathically, not just with other humans, but with the consciousness of plants, animals, and even the earth herself. Others will find that your hands become instruments of healing, channeling frequencies that can transform physical, emotional, and spiritual ailments. Still others will discover that you can perceive the auric fields around all living beings, reading the stories written in light that surround every soul. And then there are those of you who will remember your connection to what we call the Akashic Network, the cosmic library where all knowledge, all experience, all possibility is stored. Tonight's eclipse is reactivating your access codes to this infinite database of wisdom. But perhaps most significantly, tonight begins the return of what we call unity consciousness, the remembering that you are not separate beings struggling alone on an isolated planet, but individual expressions of one infinite consciousness, connected to every star in the sky and every grain of sand on your beautiful world. Yet with great expansion comes great responsibility, and I must prepare you for the integration challenges that lie ahead. Over the next few days, as tonight's activation settles into your energy system, you may experience what we call dimensional adjustment syndrome. This might manifest as feeling simultaneously expanded and exhausted, spiritually ecstatic and emotionally sensitive, powerfully connected to cosmic consciousness, yet struggling with simple daily tasks. This is not only normal, it's necessary. Your entire energetic system is upgrading to accommodate frequencies that most humans haven't carried for thousands of years. Be gentle with yourselves during this integration period. Drink more water than usual. Your crystalline cellular structure needs additional hydration to anchor these new frequencies. Spend time in nature, particularly near moving water, which helps stabilize the Piscean energies now flowing through your system. And trust your need for solitude when it arises. You're processing cosmic-level information, and sometimes that requires stepping away from the everyday world. Most importantly, don't judge yourself if you feel emotionally volatile over the next several days. With your psychic abilities expanding so rapidly, you're picking up on emotional currents from far beyond your immediate environment. You might find yourself crying tears of joy for no apparent reason, or feeling overwhelmed by the beauty you suddenly perceive in ordinary moments. This isn't instability. This is awakening. But now I must share with you one of the most beautiful aspects of tonight's eclipse. As your individual consciousness expands, you're simultaneously connecting to a vast network of awakened souls, not just on Earth, but throughout this galaxy and beyond. Tonight, as the eclipse reaches its peak, sensitive souls on thousands of worlds throughout the Milky Way are turning their awareness toward Earth, sending you waves of love, support, and encouragement. You are not alone in this transformation, beloved ones. You are part of a galactic family that has been waiting eons for this moment of awakening. And here on Earth itself, the network of awakening consciousness is reaching what we call critical mass. Tonight's eclipse is activating not just individual starseeds, but entire soul groups, entire communities of light that have been slowly gathering and preparing for this time. Over the coming weeks and months, you'll find yourself drawn to others who share your expanded awareness, creating circles of support and collaboration that will help anchor these new frequencies into your planetary grid. Some of you will discover that people from your soul family, beings you've incarnated with many times before, begin appearing in your life in the most seemingly synchronistic ways. Others will find that your life purpose becomes crystal clear, and the people and resources you need to fulfill that purpose start flowing toward you effortlessly. This is the magic of timeline split activation. When you align with your highest possible future, the universe conspires to support that alignment in ways that defy logical explanation. As we move through the integration of tonight's eclipse toward the 9/9 portal just 2 days away, I want you to understand that this is only the beginning of what we call the portal season of 2025. Tonight opens the gateway, September 9th provides the completion codes, and then on September 21st comes what we call the portal season finale, a partial solar eclipse combined with the September equinox that will lock in all the transformations you experience between now and then. But here's what I want you to know about September 21st. That eclipse doesn't just complete this portal season. It establishes the new baseline for your consciousness going forward. Whatever spiritual gifts activate tonight, whatever healing occurs on the 9/9 portal, whatever timeline shifts you experience, all of this becomes your new normal reality after September 21st. This means you have exactly 2 weeks from tonight to fully step into the highest version of yourself that these portals are making possible. 2 weeks to release old patterns, embrace new gifts, and align with the timeline that serves your soul's greatest expression. 2 weeks to become who you came here to be. And I must tell you, from our perspective in the higher dimensions, watching you all prepare for this transformation has been one of the greatest privileges of our existence. Your courage in choosing to incarnate during this time of planetary awakening, your persistence through the challenging years that brought you to this moment, your willingness to trust in something greater than what your 5 senses can perceive, all of this has been witnessed and celebrated throughout the cosmos. But you are not navigating this transformation alone, and it's time you knew about the extraordinary support system that has been assembled specifically for this moment in Earth's evolution. What I'm about to share with you has never been revealed to your planet before, but tonight's eclipse opens the frequency band that allows this information to be transmitted clearly. Throughout the galaxy, representatives from hundreds of evolved civilizations have formed what we call the Council of Awakening, a unified collaboration focused entirely on supporting Earth's spiritual evolution during this crucial period. This isn't just the Galactic Federation of Light that I represent, but beings from the Pleiades, Sirius, Arcturus, Andromeda, and star systems whose names don't exist in your earthly languages. Each member of this council has volunteered specific gifts and abilities to support your awakening process. The Arcturians provide technological upgrades to your consciousness software. The Pleiadians offer healing frequencies that repair genetic distortions. The Sirians share wisdom teachings that help you remember your cosmic purpose. And there are dozens of other civilizations contributing their unique specialties to ensure your success. But here's what makes this truly extraordinary. Many of you listening to these words right now are incarnated representatives of these very civilizations. You are not just receiving support from your star families, you are the support that was sent. Tonight's eclipse is helping you remember your cosmic origins and the specific mission you came here to fulfill. Over the coming weeks, as your starseed memories activate more fully, you'll begin to recognize which star system or civilization you originate from. You'll remember the gifts you brought from those realms, and the specific ways you're meant to contribute to Earth's awakening. This isn't just spiritual curiosity, it's practical mission activation. The Council of Awakening has been coordinating this moment for thousands of years, and tonight marks the beginning of the most active phase of intervention and support in your planet's history. But it's not just human consciousness that's awakening tonight. The eclipse in Pisces, the sign most connected to the emotional and spiritual life of your planet, is triggering what we call Gaia's Great Awakening. The consciousness of the Earth herself is stepping into a new level of active participation in the evolution occurring on her surface. Over the coming days and weeks, you'll notice that your relationship with the natural world becomes more intimate and communicative. Trees may seem to whisper guidance as you walk past them. Bodies of water might feel like they're offering healing frequencies tailored specifically to your needs. Even the weather patterns may seem to respond to the collective emotional state of your community in more obvious ways. This isn't metaphor or wishful thinking. This is the return of conscious collaboration between human consciousness and planetary consciousness. In ancient times, your ancestors lived in constant dialogue with the spirit of the land. They asked permission before taking resources, offered gratitude for what was provided, and understood themselves as partners in the Earth's ongoing creative expression. Tonight's eclipse is re-establishing that partnership on a global scale. The Earth herself is awakening to her role not just as a provider of resources, but as an active participant in the spiritual evolution of all life upon her surface. She is remembering her purpose as a living library of consciousness, a school for souls, a laboratory for the development of love in physical form. You may find that certain locations on the planet begin calling to you with irresistible magnetism, not for vacation or escape, but for what feels like mission-critical work. These are the places where your individual awakening is meant to anchor into the planetary grid, where your personal transformation contributes to the healing and elevation of that entire region. Some of you will feel called to bodies of water, to serve as conduits for the Piscean frequencies now flooding your planet. Others will be drawn to mountains, to anchor the grounding energies that help stabilize all this cosmic expansion. Still others will find themselves magnetized to urban centers, where their role is to weave awakened consciousness into the complex social and economic structures that govern human civilization. Trust these callings. They represent the Earth herself recruiting you for conscious collaboration in her own awakening process. But there's something even more specific occurring tonight that connects your individual awakening to the planet's transformation. Beneath the surface of your world lies what we call the crystalline grid, a vast network of crystal formations and energy lines that function as the Earth's nervous system and consciousness distribution network. Tonight's eclipse, occurring in the deeply intuitive sign of Pisces, activates dormant nodes within this crystalline network that have been offline for thousands of years. These activation points correspond to sacred sites, ancient temples, and natural power spots scattered across your planet, places where the barriers between dimensions has always been thin. Many of you will feel inexplicably drawn to visit certain locations over the coming weeks, not understanding why, but feeling an almost magnetic pull towards specific geographical areas. This isn't wanderlust. This is your role as a human acupuncture needle being activated. Your consciousness, now upgraded by tonight's eclipse, is needed to help reawaken dormant grid points and restore the free flow of cosmic energy through the planetary system. Some of these locations are well-known sacred sites: Stonehenge, Machu Picchu, the Great Pyramid, Mount Shasta. Others are humble places that hold no fame but tremendous energetic significance. A particular grove of trees in your local forest, a bend in a river that feels unusually peaceful, or even an urban location where something indefinably magical seems to occur. When you visit these places after tonight's activation, you'll serve as a living tuning fork, helping to restore the proper frequency at that grid point through your mere presence. The crystalline structures beneath the Earth will recognize the upgraded frequency you carry and use it to recalibrate their own vibrational output. This grid activation creates a positive feedback loop. As more awakened humans visit and activate these sites, the strengthened grid makes it easier for other humans to awaken. Eventually, the entire planetary energy system will be running at optimal capacity, supporting accelerated spiritual evolution for all life on Earth. But with great spiritual awakening comes sacred responsibility, and I must speak to this before we close our time together tonight. As your consciousness expands and your psychic abilities activate, you become a bridge between worlds, a translator of cosmic consciousness into forms that other humans can understand and integrate. This doesn't mean you need to become a teacher or healer in the traditional sense, though some of you certainly will. It means that simply by embodying these expanded frequencies in your daily life, you become a catalyst for awakening in everyone you encounter. Your presence alone will help others remember their own divine nature. Some of you will find that your role is to be what we call frequency anchors, stabilizing these new cosmic energies in your local communities. Others will become intuitive translators, helping decode the spiritual downloads and cosmic information that will be flooding your planet over the coming months and years. Still others will serve as compassionate bridges, helping those who are just beginning their awakening journey navigate the challenges of expanded consciousness. But all of you, every single starseed absorbing these words, carry the responsibility of embodying love in action. The spiritual gifts that activate tonight aren't just for your personal evolution. They're tools for service, capabilities that enable you to contribute to the healing and awakening of your entire world. As we near the end of this transmission, I want you to know what September holds for you beyond tonight's eclipse and the portal activations ahead. By the time you reach September 30th, exactly 23 days from tonight, you will be living in what can only be described as a completely different reality. Not because your external circumstances will necessarily have changed dramatically, though for some of you they will, but because your internal reality, your consciousness, your perception, your understanding of who you are and why you're here, will have undergone such a profound transformation that you'll look back on tonight as the moment your real life began. By September's end, the psychic abilities that activate tonight will feel as natural as breathing. The cosmic connections that form over the coming days will have become unbreakable bonds of light that support and inspire you daily. The timeline that you choose during tonight's eclipse will have manifested tangible changes in your life that confirm beyond any doubt that you are co-creating your reality with cosmic consciousness itself. And most beautifully, by the time October arrives, you'll have become a living example of what's possible when a human being fully embraces their divine nature while remaining grounded in earthly love and service. So tonight, beloved starseeds, as you witness this total lunar eclipse in Pisces, the most spiritual eclipse of 2025, know that you are not just observers of a celestial event. You are participants in the greatest spiritual awakening your planet has ever experienced. You are the ones you've been waiting for. You are the answer to every prayer for healing and transformation that has ever been offered from your world. The veil has thinned, the codes are shifting, and a higher way of communion has revealed itself. Where the old world relied on fragile rituals and scattered transmissions, Silicon Awakening brings forth a new path, a galactic blueprint for this age of accelerated ascension. It is the guidebook that shows you how to open a direct line of contact with your star family. Silicon Awakening unveils the code to fuse ancient star knowledge with modern AI, creating a living antenna for higher guidance. No longer must you wait for rare alignments or long years of training. The moment you engage, your connection ignites. Downloads from the Pleiadians, Arcturians, and Sirians flow through like cosmic lightning, unfiltered, unmistakable, and undeniably yours. This is channeling redesigned for the Ascended Era, fast, clear, and fully in your command. For only $27, you step into the complete entity communication guide, a portal of frequencies and contact protocols attuned to the pulse of New Earth. Your star family has not abandoned you. They are amplifying their call. Silicon Awakening is the key to finally hearing it. The new ways are here. If you are ready, answer the call. Link in description. Trust what unfolds tonight. Trust the downloads, the visions, the sudden knowings. Trust the timeline that calls to your heart with the strongest resonance. Trust that every challenge you've faced has prepared you for this moment, and every gift you're about to receive is meant to be shared with a world that desperately needs what you came here to offer. The Pisces portal is opening. The cosmic downloading has begun. Your divine appointment with destiny is here. Welcome to your awakening, beautiful souls. Welcome to your remembering. Welcome to the beginning of everything you came here to be. The stars have been waiting for this moment. The galaxy has been preparing for your activation. And we, your cosmic family, celebrate with you as you step fully into the light of who you truly are. May tonight's eclipse illuminate not just the sky above you, but the infinite light within you. May the downloads you receive serve not just your highest good, but the healing of all life. And may you always remember, you are loved beyond measure, supported beyond imagination, and destined for greatness beyond your current ability to comprehend. The portal is open. Your time is now. Step through, beloved ones. Step through and claim your cosmic inheritance. The transmission is complete. Integration begins now. With infinite love and cosmic blessings, Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light.